Hello everyone, my name is Pika and I'm going to be with you during this lesson. Before we begin, let's stand up so we can sing our song. Hello, hello, how are you? It's time to learn on cue. Something old, something new. Let's read a story or two. Today we're going to learn about 3 of the provinces in South Africa because it is Heritage Month. In Heritage Month, we celebrate our country's heritage. Heritage Month is celebrated in September and Heritage Day is on the 24th of September. People also call it National Braai Day. It is the day where everyone decides to have a braai. Let's learn more about our first province, KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal. Here are 10 cool facts about KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal is home to the world's oldest and largest marathon. This marathon is called the Comrades Marathon. You may have heard of it. The Comrades Marathon is the largest and oldest marathon in the world. It takes place between Pietermaritzburg, the capital of KZN, and Durban, the largest city in KZN. KwaZulu-Natal is where the Oliwal Shoal is located. This shoal can be found off the coast of KZN and is widely regarded by divers as one of the world's best diving spots in the world. The marine life in this shoal includes braggartooth sharks, mantas, moray eels, stingrays, and much more. You can find all big 5 animals in KZN. The big 5 are 5 animals originally used by hunters to be difficult to catch. Hunters find them difficult and unpredictable. They comprise of the African elephant, Cape buffalo, African leopard, African lion, and African rhino. There were a lot of measures put into place to protect these species, resulting in KZN now having one of the largest populations of white rhinos in the world. South Africa's highest mountain range is in KwaZulu-Natal. This means the highest mountain in South Africa is in KwaZulu-Natal. It's called the Dragonsburg Mountains. Maybe you've heard of it. The Dragonsburg Mountains contain the highest mountain peak in the southern Africa at 3,500 meters above sea level and features about 35,000 to 40,000 indigenous Bushman rock paintings, which means that these were the original Bushman rock paintings. How cool is that? KwaZulu-Natal hosts the Durban July. The Durban July is Africa's largest sporting event and one of the biggest calendar events in South Africa. The Durban July is not only a horse racing event, but is also a fashion spectacle with designers showcasing their pieces in fashion shows and local celebrities wearing unique clothing pieces. KZN can boast to the world about their long promenade. KZN can boast to the world about their long promenade. Their promenade is Africa's largest and longest promenade. The Durban Promenade on Durban's beachfront features an 8-kilometer promenade that is utilized by holidaygoers and even residents for running, exercise, events, family time, and so much more. The first section of the promenade was built in 2010 and the remainder was built in 2019. This aims to stimulate economic growth in the area, which means that this hopefully can bring in more tourists and economic growth. KwaZulu-Natal is the home of the annual Sardine Run. The Sardine Run is a seasonal movement. The Sardine Run is a seasonal movement of fish and predators along the KZN coastline during the months of June and July. It is characterized by large shoals of sardines, sharks, and other marine life moving close to the shore, where fishermen and netters eagerly wait their catch. Indians were brought to KwaZulu-Natal via ships in 1860 to work as indentured laborers and brought with them. Indians were brought to KZN via ships. They were brought to KwaZulu-Natal by ships in 1860 as indentured laborers. And with them, they brought the culinary traditions and culture which contributes to the rich diversity of KZN. This means that when they were brought in 1860, they brought with them their ability to cook different foods and their culture. This contributes to the many different cultures in KwaZulu-Natal. Did you know that KwaZulu-Natal has the largest amount of Indians out of India? Let's move on to our second province, the Eastern Cape. The Eastern Cape covers over 170,000 square kilometers, from snow-capped peaks of the southern Dragonsburg Mountains to the lush forests of the Tsitsikamma and a long 800 kilometers coastline from St. Francis to the Wild Coast. Locals are 80% Xhosa speaking, and they have a really large car, automotive and agricultural sector. Located in East London, Port Elizabeth, they have many seaports. The province boasts an abundance of bird life and marine life, including 27 species of whales and dolphins. The Eastern Cape is home to the Big Seven. They include the white shark, the seasonal southern right whale, the buffalo, the elephant, the leopard, the lion, and the rhino. The Eastern Cape is full of culture and history. When you visit, locals will tell you stories of Xhosa kings, early settlers, cultural conflicts, and frontier battles. The towns Bathurst, Grahamstown, and Cradock are some of the towns if you visit. You will hear a lot about the birth and resting place of our late President Nelson Mandela. There are 9 Eastern Cape tourism routes, which means that there are 9 main routes that tourists like to visit when they come to Eastern Cape. They are the Tsitsikamma, known as the world's highest commercial bridge for bungee jumping, and the Otter Trail. The province is an adventure heaven. There are many activities including bungee jumping, zip lines, surfing, dune boarding, hiking trails, quad biking that's available for anyone who visits. It is the birth and resting place of Nelson Mandela. There are 9 Eastern Cape tourism routes that we have already mentioned. Let's move on to our third and last province for this lesson, the Free State. The Free State province was originally known as the Orange Free State. It is the only province in the New South Africa that did not undergo border changes in 1994. It is situated on a flat, boundless plain in the heart of South Africa with rich and solid, pleasant climate that allow plants and fruit to grow really well. Maybe this is why it was called the Orange Free State. We should look more into that. In fact, Free State is known as South Africa's breakfast because of 30,000 and more farms in one province. These farms produce over 70% of the world's grain. These farms produce over 70% of the country's grain. Sesotho is the dominant home language. Sesotho is one of our 11 languages that is spoken most in this province, while Afrikaans is spoken in the southwest part of the province and in major towns. Free State experiences continental climate, which means that we have hot to cold winters and rather warm summers. Winter usually means snowfall and rain, whereas summer means extremely hot climate and weather.